Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. This is episode 8 and today we are starting things off right by Iskel's base, and my inventory and my body looks a little bit strange. You're actually going to have to watch next episode to see what happens here. And in typical fashion, I've got myself lost. I have no idea where my base is. I really need to write the coordinates down somewhere. Finally, I've managed to find my way home, and in today's Hermitcraft episode, we are going to be working on the giant sphere egg. Now, one thing that I just want to quickly clear up is that this isn't going to be the center of my base. My base is still going to be sprawling out in all sorts of different directions, and it's going to be an organic style base, in that it's not going to be centered around one point and then it's going to move out symmetrically. We're going to have builds all over the place. Some of them might even be of a similar scale to this one. So we're just going to be building crazy things all over the place. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that clears up some of the comments. And the first thing that I want to do today is I want to do a little bit of work on our island that we're creating here. So here we are in the Hermitcraft testing world, and I'm going to try out a few block palettes, but the first thing that I have to do is actually convert this over into being a circle, because right now it's still the old octagon design. So this is kind of like one slice of our area, so that's making its way over like that. The difficult one is the bottom, so the underside is really going to be a challenge. I mean, the top section is going to be difficult. I had not realized quite how big this was. That in itself was quite a big project. So this is going to be probably about a 40, maybe 50-hour project getting all of this done. But yeah, so that's that. What do we do for the bottom? A lot of people have suggested nether. Nether doesn't seem like a bad idea. No, straight away I can tell you that I'm not a fan of the nether. Nether blocks, I wish I could build like Tango, because Tango makes this stuff look good, but I cannot do it for the life of me. I just really struggle. This is going to be difficult. So I'm trying out stone mixed in with cobblestone and other things, and just bits dangling down essentially. And I'm curious to see how this looks. Let's get some of this andesite in. Just really mix and match it. I'd say that's better than the nether, but this is still going to be super difficult. Right, so I'm messing around with an idea here. We've got kind of like compressed ice areas that are going to go into each one of these things, and we have stone slabs which wrap around with quartz underneath the outer circles. And then on the inside here, we'd have another circle with white stained glass and water on the inside, and maybe fish swimming around. In fact, that could be quite cool. In fact, we could have the entire thing be like a big aquarium. No, yeah, I don't know. Right, I think I've come up with a fairly decent idea. So what I'm going to do is just start work on it. I'm just going to start. So let's head off into the nether. We're going to do a 1-hour quartz mining session. Let me know how much you think I'm going to get. So in today's super fast time-lapse chat, I want to talk to you about Hermitcraft Season 6. Now the first thing that I want to say is, thank you ever so much for the hugely positive response that all of the Hermits have received at the start of this season. It's been completely insane. It's completely surpassed at least my expectations. I can't believe how much positive support there is for everyone. It's been fantastic to read through all the comments and just see the discussion after each episode, discussing different hermits. It's been fantastic to see. So that's absolutely brilliant. And with Hermitcraft Season 6, I mean, our kind of goal is to make it a lot more community orientated. And that's something that I personally am working on as well, because obviously in Hermitcraft Season 5, obviously we built that massive base and it was fantastically good fun, but I barely did anything in the community other than the gaming district, which we occasionally dropped into. Yeah, it was mainly just me kind of almost doing a single player, which is something that I want to try and avoid in Hermitcraft Season 6. And obviously the way that we've set up the server, it's really working well so far. So we're always bumping into one another. We've got the districts. We're always seeing each other's builds. There's things popping up left, right, and center. It really feels like an alive server, and I'm hoping that that continues throughout Hermitcraft Season 6, and I imagine it probably will, because we have plenty of awesome members that are all working in a really tight space. So it's just going to grow and grow. And yeah, I can't wait to see how it all progresses. And I just thought I'd give you that little update to say thank you. And plenty more good things are on the way. I've just about made it back to my base. I managed to not die, which is pretty spectacular for someone like me. And as you can see, we have managed to get ourselves a half-decent quantity of quartz. Now this is a big build, so I don't know if this is going to be anywhere near enough quartz to do the things that I want to do. But hopefully it should allow us to make a good start. Now I wonder, we are running really low on diamonds right now. Oh, I could do with more than that. I feel like the demand in the slime store has maybe slowed down a little bit. Now, apparently I can buy bones in Exuma's store, and this, to me, looks like it could... Oh my word. This is an absolutely beautiful store. I don't even care what it sells. 3 stacks equals 1 diamond. That is a good deal too. Holy mackerel. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is going to sort us for bone meal for ages. So now we need to get our gear repaired, aka our shovel, so that we can go out and gather some sand and also some gravel, because obviously we need tons of concrete. I absolutely hate not having a really good XP grinder. Now obviously we could use Iskal's Guardian farm. That would have been smarter, but by the time that I realised that I could have used Iskal's Guardian farm, it was kind of too late, and I'd invested too much time in using my zombie farm, and I didn't even manage to fully repair my shovel. It takes so long. How do people live with those? And you know what's extra depressing is the fact that my sand mining session has now basically taken it back to where it was beforehand, so my 30 minutes of repairing has essentially just been totally wiped out. Oh, yeah, Guardian farm is needed. Apparently, Exuma actually sells conduits, which could make my life a little bit easier. That's turtle eggs. Okay, I don't actually know what turtle eggs are useful for. He's got the turtle shell helmets. Alright. That's a conduit. 1 conduit is just 10 diamonds. That is a killer deal. Look, you can see... I brought stuff, but I need prismarine. Okay, let's go over to Iskal's place. I'm fairly certain he actually sells this stuff. Sea lanterns, prismarine bricks. Okay, this is exactly what we need. I'm hoping 1 diamond per stack. Yeah, and we only need 1 stack, I think. This little thing has made my life considerably easier. I hadn't realised quite how much time I was actually wasting by going to and from that magma block. Now I can just shoot on through and take out as much as I need. I think I'm finally ready to start work on this thing. So the first thing that we've got to do is create the 3 circles going around the outside. So we've got quartz on the bottom side, then we'll have concrete, and then 2 blocks above this one we'll also have a concrete circle, and we don't really know what we're going to do with the edge of that one yet. I'm a little bit worried because I've got 3/4 of the way around, and that's used up all of the quartz that I had from, I think, this 1 shulker box. So... yeah, that's pretty much empty of quartz. And on top of that, you can't even really tell that it's quartz. The colour difference between concrete and quartz is so tiny, it's almost pointless me using it. Anyway, that's circle number 1 done. Now what we're going to do is take the quartz out so that it comes right the way into this centre circle. Then we're going to build up the centre circle out of quartz, and then we're going to start work on some of the concrete stuff and start creating some of the designs over there. So, we are just on our way in. I think I should only be a few blocks away from the middle. There we go. So now we have got the structure of it all coming together. Now, as you can see, we have completely ditched the idea of the upside down world just because I don't think I can actually do it in any way that is good, or it's just, I tried it for so long and I've been doing a bunch of designs and there's no way that I was going to be able to pull it off. So we're going to make it look really fancy. And I mean, this does look quite fancy already. Now, obviously, just flying around, that's nothing. What we're actually going to be seeing is the underside, because we're building the underside here. And as far as undersides go, that looks pretty cool. So, the next thing that's going to happen is that we're then going to have some circles that wrap around like this, and we're going to have to choose a distance to build it away from this edge. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... is the random number that maybe I might choose. 7 blocks, and then we'll have 7 blocks out from this side as well, and then that will be a band going around with white stained glass in the center, water on top, and then some sea lanterns. And that should make things look really, really decorative. Somehow I've managed to get my maths correct, and I've actually managed to do this inside circle here the right size, so that it stays like the same distance away from this one. So that's good, okay, because I was not excited to lose a bunch of quartz in taking it down and rebuilding it a ton of times. Now it's just this one here. It's getting quite difficult to tell which circle is which. We've built a lot of circles here. So this is the inside circle, we've just done it. I had to rebuild it a bunch of times because I finally got my maths incorrect. But now it's looking good. So this is the same size as this, and then we have this nice central band that's wrapping around here. So I guess we should probably start filling in these areas, which actually shouldn't take that long. I mean, it's just concrete around the edges there, and then some stone slabs, and then we can start worrying about this space. Nearly does it. This is almost it with the stone slabs, and that will be both this section, the inside section, and also the outside section fully filled in. And now we're going to take a look at this thing, probably from just down in the water. I think down in the water is probably the place to do it. Alright. Okay, there's a lot to take in there, so... Are the stone slabs a little bit dark? They might be. But I can't think of any other block that we could put on the inside of there. Well, I'm definitely open to suggestions on this one. I think for the time being I'm going to roll with it because I do think they look quite good and it fits in quite nicely with our kind of grayscale theme that we have going on here. But as I say, yeah, I'll be interested to hear your thoughts down in the comment section on this one. You know, the other day I was stressing out because I accidentally made tons upon tons of stained glass and it used up all of my bone meal, and I was quite upset because I had spent ages gathering those bones. Well, it turned out that, yeah, that was 17 stacks of glass. It was all lined up there. We didn't have enough, so I ended up crafting up, I think, an extra 8 stacks of glass, and that has gone into this. And it has used almost all of it, bar 43. So that should give you a rough impression of scale with this thing. I mean, seriously, it's a little bit silly. I've just had a thought. If I decide I don't like the water, it's going to be a real pain in the backside to get rid of. Because this is now 100% source blocks, or at least it should be, except... getting some interesting things happening. I think... yeah, I'm actually causing lag from the number of water oh, okay, yeah, no, I see why that would cause an issue. It's probably causing quite a lot of light updates. Oh, I totally forgot about waterlogged slabs. I completely forgot about those. But, oh no, the water looks good. Oh, the water totally looks good. That looks really cool. Oh. I like this. I like this a lot. That is always a really satisfying thing to watch as well. Just gradually watching that pillar of water fall down. It has made me realise though, we have just created like a dark halo going around my island. Wow. This one has been built really wrong and I can't work out where it's been built wrong. Okay, well that's not been the best of starts, has it? So we started 2 blocks. We started in totally the wrong location. And also built it wrong. Now that I'm looking at it though, I mean this looks like it pulls away as well. If I've built this entire thing wrong, I am stopping recording right now and I'm gonna just put my face into my pillow. They look like different distances, I'll be totally honest. Let me count. So the last one was 8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, they're the same. I'm relieved that all of that isn't wrong, but we do still need to rebuild this entire section. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. And that, sadly, is me actually done for quartz. So we have used up all of the quartz that we got in our 1 hour mining session, which, you know what, I would say we've done a pretty decent job considering that's just 1 hour of resource gathering there. but this gives a rough idea of how crazy this base is going to be, and I kind of want to know what I should be calling this thing, because I have no clue. You know, in Hermitcraft Season 2, it was the Mumbo Jumbo Jungle Base, I think, and then we had the Mumbo Jumbo, and then we had the drone, and then Season 5 was the coffee tables. I mean, this could be called the Death Star. People have been calling it the Death Star quite a bit. That's definitely an option. But I'd be interested to know your thoughts down in the comment section. Anyway, I think we're going to switch things up now. I'm actually going to go resource gathering for some packed ice to put in these areas here. Oh, just so you know, I think it would be really cool if we had some spheres inside these things. So we had like a cutout and then a sphere on the inside of there. But I can't do the maths to work out where it would actually go. I know that sounds ridiculous, but yeah, if someone could help me out down in the comment section, that'd be... Oh, actually, no. We've got that. I just go diagonal. That's very easy. Okay, we can start work on that at some point. Still, though, this is looking ridiculous from pretty much all angles. In fact, you know what? I think I'm actually going to get a screenshot here because that... It is looking more and more like a Death Star. I do feel like the Death Star isn't a bad name for this thing. Now, obviously, to do this, we're going to need Silk Touch. Now, one thing, there's a torch there. So I came in, I put these bookshelves in, and everyone was shouting at me down in the comment section that I hadn't noticed the torch. Unfortunately, I hadn't noticed the torch. That's kind of how these things go. But anyway, yeah, I'm breaking 3. That's no good. We want efficiency 4, really. All right, now hopefully, fingers crossed, and I never thought I'd say this, it doesn't have fortune on it. Yeah. I mean, it's not too bad. Okay, let's go trade with some villagers and get Silk Touch. Right, we should be all set with this little combination that we have here. So we've got Mending, we've got Unbreaking 2, Unbreaking 2, and Silk Touch to go alongside our Efficiency 4. That should sort us for the time being until we get a beacon, and then we need Efficiency 5. You know, I'll be totally honest, I don't know if I'm a fan of the new packed ice texture. I mean, it's alright, but I do think the old texture that was just a tiny bit brighter was just a little bit better. I don't know. It'll probably grow on me. With that being said, I forgot how fun it is to gather up packed ice because you can just gather tons upon tons of it really, really quickly and it makes an incredibly satisfying noise while you do it. So I got myself 1 full inventory. That should be more than enough. I don't know how much I'm planning on using in the future, but it was just easy to get my hands on. So now it is time to fill in these little areas here along with the sea lanterns which make their way across. Now I was planning on building all of them, but I feel like I should just quickly check and see if it actually looks any good. Does it look any good? I don't know if it does. Yeah, I don't think that looks that good. I really don't think that looks that good. I'm so glad that I decided to check this out because that doesn't really, yeah, hit anything that I want to be doing here. So let's try and think as to what we can do to make that better. I don't really know. I really don't know. That has completely hit me, just completely off guard. I wasn't expecting it. You know, I thought it would be a good idea to pop back into the testing world just to see if I can mix and match some things and make something work. I've had a good idea, but obviously we're completely out of quartz, and this one requires quartz. So creative mode is your friend. Obviously, this isn't the Hermitcraft server. I feel like I should clarify that before someone shouts at me for cheating. This is a single-player version of the seed where I've reconstructed sort of part of my base. Hey, I mean, that looks pretty cool. It does look cool. I don't know if it's a little bit too... I mean, obviously, so this design that I created in the testing world is a little bit more messy. There's loads more going on. It's just a lot more busy. But that is busy. But it could look good on the Hermitcraft server because my area is a little bit cleaner than this. That might be worth trying. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually all I've got time for today. This has been a good episode of Hermitcraft. We got tons of things done. And most importantly, we kind of got our ideas together. You have to remember, at the start of this episode, I was still going to be doing an upside down world. And then after messing with that for many hours and trying to make it work to absolutely no avail, we've changed up all the concepts and we've kind of worked from the ground up. But I would say it's ended up being successful. And this looks, I mean, this is the definition of futuristic. Ignore that, that's ugly. But this sort of style is a definition of futuristic. This is the craziest base I think I've ever built. And on that note, I think it's time to end. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.